Nick Cannon says the same thing right here, or similar, which is interesting for Nick Cannon because he's saying he felt lost in his relationship with Mariah Carey. In a sense, Nick Cannon says he destroyed his marriage with Mariah because he says, I'm not being the dude that God put me on earth to be. So, yeah, he said, I'm not meant to be a house husband. All right, here's the full interview on Ray Daniels Presents channel. Okay, this is Nick Cannon, and you guys know he went on to have multiple baby moms, at least 7, up to 7. I don't even know what the total is. And he says that's a result of his marriage from Mariah Carey.
But I internalized it even more because you're spot on everything except for I didn't actually really care what the world thought because the perception, you know, that is what it is. You know, people gonna love you one day, hate you the next day, always gonna criticize your every move. You know, and it's really how they actually feel about themselves. So I could care less about that. But going to myself with that pressure of who am I?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I got married in my 20s still, you know what I mean, to the biggest star in the world. And my trajectory was here, and then hers, she's already in a different stratosphere. So, you know, I would lay up at night thinking, like, is this who I am? Am I Mariah's man?
Yeah.
Is that what my life is supposed to be? There's nothing wrong with it.
I understand it though. Like,
you know?
It's like,
and I got really comfortable in it. She got islands, and I'm waking up at noon, and people bringing me steaks on a platter, and I'm like. This ain't,
you had to be a different version of yourself. Exactly.
This
like,
ain't the kid.
I can't go provide. I can't go hunt. That's who I am. I want to hunt. But
and then when you have children, and the hierarchy of just your man shit is like, wait, I can't. I'm carrying a purse, the diaper bag, you know. I'm standing on the corner. I'm like, wait, you know, like, she rocking being all the alpha that she
by the way,
is.
she deserves it. By the way,
and she did. I believe she needs a dude like that.
Yeah,
I'm just not that dude.
Interesting, isn't it? So it sounds like he had an internal fight with himself. Not much of what Mariah Carey did. I don't think she broke him, but much of what he wanted to be at an early age was being stifled by her presence, right? There was no need for him to go out and be that guy. And she had everything. You know, she's a diva. And she had everybody and assistants and people working with her and brushing her hair and shit like that, putting on her makeup. And he's back holding the bag. In fact, if you look at any of their pictures, where's their pictures? Let me see if I can pull up their pictures. He definitely was a stay-at-home husband. A lot of guys will want to be this. They'll be like, I'll get up under a woman and live up under her. But he said, I couldn't do that. I had talent. I had the belief. Let's go ahead and look at some of their pictures. Yeah, he's playing the background. She definitely was a bigger celebrity than him. And I think they had a good romantic relationship, and he was younger. She was older, I believe. She was older than him. And he was like, yeah, all the swimming pools and the services and all of that shit didn't mean anything. I felt less than. All right, I felt less than. So what did I have to do? I had to go out, and then he said I had to go out and have multiple baby mothers. He's going to attribute that behavior based on him not having, look, based on him playing the background to Mariah. And he's like, I couldn't do it. Now, some men can do it. Let me see. There's some other pictures that you see. There's another example of him playing the background. She's the feature. She's out up front. This is indicative of modern women in today's culture. Some women are upset with this, saying that this is exactly why women should date men on their level or above. Even though you're Mariah Carey, she should have got someone on her level or above. Now, she eventually tried to, and that didn't work either. All right, she ended up having to sue the ninja because she was spending up all his money and saving her money. What was their age gap difference? What was their age gap difference? Mariah, let me see here. I think she was at least 10 years older. Seems like she's way older than him. 11 years. That sounds about right. 11 years. He was in his late 20s, middle to late 20s. She's in her mid 30s. And yeah, this does show that, you know, I guess some women do feel like that when they're dating a guy that has money. Let's hear what more he has to say about this, because he said, I can be, and by the way, he was right. He ended up making a lot of money on his own name. But he does say, I might have been in these positions because of Mariah. That's what he says. I mean, we're only using his words here.
You know, and her and I never had problems.
Yeah.
Never argued, never, even with me struggling in this space.
Yeah.
She was like, she's so understanding and so evolved and lives in her own world. That's the thing. When someone has their own world,
yeah,
like you said, their own scope, their own bubble, and you got to be a participant in that. You know what I mean? Like I'm main character.
I was about to say, especially I'm the alpha.
Yeah.
Like my mom and dad, I was raised by a hustler, a pastor. My mom. Yeah. I'm here to get it.
Yeah.
I'm here to let.
All right. Look how you looking at this ninja like, what? He said, I'm sorry. What
that mean?
All right. Nick Cannon's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. I think I would get along with him off screen. On screen, he a raging libtard. All right, but my channel ain't for liberals, all right? My channel ain't for libtards and pro-blacks and all of that stuff, and it ain't for weak-ass men either. But I think since it's not the alpha characteristic, but he's like, I'm meant to be a man and take care of mine. And Mariah didn't have that need, so that then he played the background, all right? So he was like, Mariah doesn't have that need to have that. Oh, here's an example right here. All right, so there's an example right here. And young men, I'm telling you, young men need to listen up, man. We make all these mistakes. We pedestalize a woman. There he is on his knees and welcoming her in. You know, some women, there she is. There he is carrying her umbrella. You know, this is, again, I can see what he's saying. This is not me. This is what I wasn't meant to do. I'm not going to be Mariah's Farnsworth Bentley. But she did say they never argued, they never fight, they had a good romantic relationship, and they love their kids. I think this was breaking him. This was breaking him. You can see it, the entire dynamics. And she looks like she generally likes the guy, so I will give her that. And let me just say one more time. There it is, right? I'm not giving Mariah Carey no smoke here. I'm giving Mariah Carey no smoke. I got no smoke for Mariah. Mariah seems like she was doing exactly what she wanted to do. She didn't play him for a fool, but she did let the ninja. Yeah, the lapdog. That's true. He was a lapdog for Mariah. Again, let me just say this. This is modern women in a sense, because what they're doing is they're getting their life together first, and then they'll get you as the lapdog. So this is what a lot of men are being offered in terms of relationships. She gets her life together somewhat, then you come in, you're a lapdog, you're the last option, you're the cleanup guy. Clean up her mess, all right? You're the lapdog, you're her pet. So now we see what he's talking about here in a sense. Let me see if there's another funny picture between them. Many of us have played this damn fool too. But like I said, he didn't blame her behavior, but it did break him.
Lay down, because I felt like that was like almost the nah.
Yeah,
y'all,
and I was getting mad at myself. It was like muscle atrophy. I'm like, I had a gut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like I'm not being the dude that God put me on this earth to be.
Yeah.
And I was attempting to be the best husband I could be.
That's hard though.
Yeah.
He was attempting. That mean, I don't know. Did he get some outside punani? I've never heard that he cheated on her. It would be probably quite difficult to cheat on her, but, you know, it could be possible. He was attempting to be a good husband. That's what he said.
Attempting to be the best husband.
Yeah. Yeah, I was attempting to be the best husband. That means there was some side punani.
On this earth to be.
Yeah.
And I was attempting to be the best husband I could be.
That's hard though.
Yeah,
like what you said, because it's like because you had your own vision of what life was, and now I gotta almost consider what the vision, not only the vision you have, the vision the world has of who your man is.
And then she deserved it, and that's like the love kept me there. Like even made it work so well because I was like, oh, you need somebody, you need a support system. You need somebody that don't want you for your money. You need somebody that's sincere. You need somebody that's willing to build a family and raise some amazing kids together. And that was my goal. But then there was just something constantly in me like, I got it.
The man.
Like,
the man, honestly.
And that's at the time, like, even during the time I was married, I was still the chairman at Nickelodeon. You know what I mean? I had a corner suite office over there, at 1515 Broadway in Times Square. It was the time I was at Island Def Jam up under LA, but then I'm like, dang, did I just get this job because Mariah's over here selling tens of millions of records?
All right, so that's a hard position to be in. That's a hard position to be in. I don't know if I could put myself in that position. I've asked myself, could I be that to a very famous rich woman? And I don't think I could be that either. I'm too much of a independent guy. I'm too much of an independent thinker. And maybe if she was so rich, I had a rich house, a big ass house, and I had my little podcast studio. She's like, I'll get you your little podcast studio, right? And you could just podcast all day. Could I be that, a lapdog to a rich woman, and a rich woman 11 years older than me? So I'm 49, she would be 59, 60. Could I be that? You know what I mean? And her telling me what to do and what to say on my little podcast and get you a little job with a corner office. He's even saying much of his success can be attributed to his connection to Mariah. That is tough, especially when you're a young guy and you're want to be ambitious. And this is why I always tell a guy, man, look, never move into a woman's house, never be up under her programming, because you're not built for that. Right? She can do your little podcast and come back out when I need you. She come in and interrupt the podcast. Hey, man, get out my show. She like, this my house. Now, I think more women are built for that than more men are. More women are built for that than more men are. So he's going to now go into and say how this broke him. Now he's realizing many of his jobs may be related to his connection to Mariah. So is his success truly his? Let's see what he says.
Yeah, give nigga office. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so I'm like struggling with that. Like that was the thing. Like you would see me in suits every day, and I'm trying to prove that I'm a man. Because there's also the inner adolescent, complex in me of like, I'm trying to prove that I'm a man because I'm standing next to a woman.
Yes.
Shout out to this chocolate sister right here. I hate wigs, but she's nice. But there he is, right there. This is what he's wrestling with right there. Cookies in the milk carton.
And I like people go from the kid from Nickelodeon is with Mariah Carey. So then psychologically that started fucking with me.
Yeah.
And so I'm at that stage where most people are coming into their sincere manhood, and I'm confused about who am I in this space. Yeah. And that's when, I just had to kind of have some self-evaluation. And a lot of it had to do with like my health and getting more out of the lot. Like if, I remember being in the hospital looking like, man, if it's over, it was a good run. Yeah. But I had so much more to do. Yeah. And as soon as I came out of that, that's probably why I got 12 kids now. You know what I mean? It's like, cause it's just like, I always felt like if I get another chance, I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall.
All right. And so you're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. So he did, I think he had lupus. He had something going on health-wise that he might have been at risk of losing his life. Let me see what he was sick with. I want to say it was loose. Yeah, it was lupus. Okay, so he got that. Selena Gomez. Got that Selena Gomez. So he did have lupus and he got sick, and he said that's why I came out having all these kids. All right. Again, he's rationalizing a lot of his behaviors. He is speaking maturely. Pretty sure he's gone through therapy. But being under a woman, I don't think it's natural for men. Now, women want to be above men or equal to men. Let me just show you that just because we played this clip. Remember, this woman said, I'm starting to think I'm better than my husband. So women do naturally think that they can be equal and or better than you in a marriage. Where men are stuck is that, can they be in a relationship where they're equal or the woman's better than him? And if you try to pull this off, which I will admit, I have never been in a relationship like this. I've been close to being in a relationship like this, but it wasn't non-existent. If I stayed, there was a potential that that woman could have made $300,000, $400,000, or $500,000 a year, right? And she would have been that to me. I got out of that relationship, not because of that, but that was the closest that I've been to that, where a woman was going to make way more than me, would have been way more visible. And I saw where that was going, and that wasn't going to be for me. I would have definitely been in that type of situation, house husband style. So, yeah, then it says it led him to question who he was. And then also maybe his sickness, maybe it got him sick. I have no idea if it's genetic. I think it's genetic. Lupus is autoimmune. So it's your body attacking its own healthy organs and tissue. Then all of a sudden, because of that experience, this is why he's got all these baby mamas. Interesting situation there. Doesn't sound like Mariah did anything on her end, but it did break him. It did break him. And then I don't even think he knows who he is today. I mean, I'm saying that generally. I don't know him. But does he know who he is today, even with all these baby mamas? Does he know, like, this is what I want to do? I'm confident this is who I am. I want to be defined by this. Is he unapologetic about it? Being unapologetic about it will make you say, I know what I'm doing. I know who I am. If you're questioning it, if you're still defending it, if you're not telling people to go fuck yourself when they bring it up, all right, then maybe he still doesn't know who he is. Maybe that time period of his life, he's still lost. Enjoyed this clip? Check me out on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel for the best morning live stream every weekday. And of course, we're back for the evening live streams as well. Check out the times and the featured channels on this channel right here. And also the links are in the description box. I will see you there.
New world order.